The city we have chosen is Calvert City, Kentucky. This is a small community with few signs of globalization and a population of just over 2,500 people. It is located in Marshall County in western Kentucky. We have chosen to assess globalization through the local education system. Specifically, we focused on language barriers, classroom reactions, interactions, adaptations, and how the state of Kentucky helps foreign students to succeed in the classroom. We gained information through 4 interviews with teachers employed by the Marshall County School District. 2 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school teacher were interviewed. The teachers and faculty members that we interviewed had very positive reactions to the foreign students. However, faculty members quickly noticed the language barriers between themselves and the students, as well as the language barrier between individual students.
In many cases, the other children were quite friendly, welcoming, and helpful. The students were curious about their new classmates and asked a lot of questions, especially at first. We found, however, that students can be cruel. They might ignore the student or tease him for being unlike them. Teachers said that it was just like having another student in the classroom. The difficulty came when there was a language barrier between student and teacher. Only a few teachers have ever met the parents of the students, but the ones that did found that the language barrier exists just as much with the parents as it does with the students. Regardless of this struggle, both sides are interested in learning the new language.
Over time, faculty members, teachers, and other students have adapted to foreign students in their classroom. Teachers often adapt by trying to learn the language of the new student. With the increasing use of iPads, teachers can quickly look up how to translate terms and phrases, but this is not always successful when trying to communicate. By finding books or classwork written in multiple languages, such as English and Spanish, texts were more easily translated.
Many schools are providing one-on-one attention, giving the students extra help and support. Programs on computers and iPads have been beneficial, as well as adult aides to help translate and act as tutors. This support has been limited, though. One teacher made a comment that there was very little, only 2 hours of help each week. She asked the school's speech and language pathologist to work with her student, but was told that the special education director would not allow this. He is not allowed to be enrolled in any type of speech and language program at the time.
According to the Kentucky's Department of Education website, a limited amount of money is going to benefit immigrant students. The money comes from the Title III grant. This grant is federally funded and stems from No Child Left Behind Act of 2001. Its specific goal is to benefit limited English proficient children and immigrant youth. As seen in this image, Kentucky promises a lot of funds that aren't necessarily being used. And if they are being used, the Kentucky Education Department hasn't listed which districts have used the money. Though the state allocates funds for limited English proficiency students, few of these resources seem to be appearing in the Marshall County School District.
Before concluding our interviews, we were curious to know whether they have seen globalization occurring in Calvert City. They believe that they had adopted national standards that could help them better the students' education. Even though they do have a few foreign students here and there, globalization has been minimal and slow. They react to state and national trends, but are behind in international student performance. Schools are adjusting to the national standards to try to compete, but nevertheless, we are behind in adapting to these students' needs.